well, everything, because I have my son here, my ex-wife, my business, everything. So at the moment we stay here.
Okay, well, coming from London, which is a major city in the world, showing me or reminding me that it's a massive world out there, filled with opportunities. There are lots of wonderful people in Hong Kong that have similar backgrounds to me, and Hong Kong creates lots of opportunities.
It's definitely increased my worldview, definitely widened my perspectives. Being a multicultural city like Hong Kong, there's a lot of different views going around, and so you take that going online as well.
I think how easy it was for me to get settled, that really surprised me.
The contrast of modernity and tradition all together. This is a city full of contrasts.
Just how overly friendly people are.
So far, not a single one. It's going very easy. So I get support, of course, at a higher level. But I think the biggest challenge was getting used to finding my way through the shopping malls, and that is a very small challenge.
So I think for me, it's sort of like, so I've come here without a degree. For someone who is coming to Hong Kong without a degree, I have found it really difficult to find work. Yeah. A lot of the companies here are obviously looking for people with degrees, because obviously there's no need for me to come here and do a job that the locals from Hong Kong can do. So I think that's probably been my struggle, mainly being here at the moment.
I think major challenges, not really. I've never had like a major challenge in Hong Kong, but I think the convenience can be a double-edged sword, where things I would have done in the UK I've maybe stopped doing because of the convenience in Hong Kong to get everywhere, or to try different foods and eating out quite a lot. So I used to cook quite a lot in the UK, but not so much here. That's just me being lazy, I suppose. I get expat problems, I guess. But.
Well, I'm a teacher, so the education system here is the best. And to be honest, coming from the UK, they pay teachers very well out here. The students are great, and the families are good as well.
The education system, I think the stress it puts on students is pretty unbelievable and quite shocking. I think, but that's not only due to the education system, it's on a societal level, and I think it comes from both ways, from school and from parents. And it's made worse by the lack of space in Hong Kong, where students aren't given the space they need to de-stress. But I think in terms of what the schools provide, is actually the support the schools provide is actually quite strong. There's lots of extracurriculars for students to participate in, and there is well-being support at schools as well from counsellors. So there is that help if students need it. But I think the exam focus you can see it actually drain the creativity out of students. If you go look at primary students or kindergarten students and then all the way to secondary school, it's very exam STEM focused, which is quite sad. But also the students in Hong Kong, young people in Hong Kong, are incredibly bright. I think it's due to the Hong Kong people, but I think sometimes the education system can play into that as well and help young people succeed. But it's kind of trial by fire. The strong will survive or whatever, and then the weaker students can often be left behind, which is quite sad. But
it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. There are differences, obviously, but again, being a multicultural city, there's a lot of give and take, and you learn a lot, and others learn about you as well.
I mean, it's hard, but okay. Hong Kong people are nice people, polite and respectful. So
as I get older, I think it's increasingly more important for me, for job opportunities, and really to immerse myself in the culture. So I would definitely recommend people at least pick up a few phrases over the course of their time here.
Yeah. I think it's very important. I think one of the benefits of living in Yuen Long first was I always heard Cantonese, so I learned a lot from my students that were working that were studying there. And I think it just shows a bit more respect to the community that you try to learn the language. It's very important.
I think it's something that I like doing, but I'm starting to take lessons. I think in Hong Kong, again with the convenience, it's you can easily move to Hong Kong and not necessarily learn the languages. I think it's increasingly become more reliant for someone to come to Hong Kong to learn Mandarin. I think due to lots of mainlanders who are coming to Hong Kong now and tourists. But also it's good to keep the Cantonese language alive, and I think having Westerners or expats like ourselves come and learn the language, it goes a long way in Hong Kong, where even of course there's stereotypes about expats, right? And not learning the language. So I think it's something that maybe should be more of a focus point for expats moving to Hong Kong.
I recently got my permanent residency, and so I'm here for a little while. I just hope to live well, save up a little money, and go back home and settle down.
My hopes are, and I think they're turning into reality. I will be here for a couple of years, flying back and forwards, because my art is about funny-looking horses, sculptures, and 2026 is the year of the horse. So we're hoping to establish a new movement, a new culture, a new identity with my work. I'm quite well surrounded, bringing some happiness, more happiness to the and color to the city, and then spread out over mainland China and Singapore.
Oh, I hope to retire in Asia, hopefully. Yeah, just continue working. I am a teacher. I also have a tailoring business, which is growing as well, and just to make as much opportunities as possible and prepare my children for their next stages in their life.
I don't know, for me, it's sort of like, I don't know where I'm going to go. So obviously, I've only been here for a few months now. But I'd like to see myself staying here a lot longer, years to come, hopefully. The city's clearly growing very well. You've got buildings popping up everywhere still. There's communities that are getting a lot bigger. Learning Cantonese and being a part of Hong Kong's progressive, basically, in the next few years, basically. But
Yeah, I think, well, personal hopes, I want to get permanent residence in Hong Kong. It's a fantastic city, wonderful people. I think for Hong Kong itself, I hope, well, Hong Kong can remain like become more of a diverse and open city, and I hope it keeps going strong in the years to come. Because I think there's a lot of passion from people here still, and even with like new people coming in from all over the world, I think it shows that passion. I think the past few months especially is kind of been more business as usual. So yeah, I hope Hong Kong keeps growing, continues to stay welcoming to everyone in the world, and yeah, that's it.